Hi guys, it's a beautiful day once again and welcome back to Dexter's World Channel. Today is full of activity because we're gonna feed our animals and we're gonna harvest our vegetables. And another thing that we will do is to feed our goats. Let me tell you something about this farm. This is an integrated farming where we have to integrate vegetables and animals and ducks and geese and even chickens. And I started this hobby ever since I was a child. I was a kid actually. And as early as 5 years old, I already have plenty of pets. We have rabbits, so many. But now we are slowly realizing this on the concept of integrated farming. And when we got this land, we actually decided to have a boathouse. We decided to have a facility where we can entertain our visitors, and it's slowly happening now because we already have started constructing a boat building where we can also serve food to our visitors. Allow me to just stress some points about this farming. Be conscious about the health of our animals. As you can look around, because of the rain, the heavy rain, we have some watery portion and this is mixed with mud. So we have to be conscious about this because if the chickens will drink water from this muddy water, it will actually cause the disease. During rainy season, we have to control the environment, meaning that if you will see some portion that's filled with water that's not good for our chickens, we have to immediately cover that. And that's what I did this morning. Because I'm afraid that by the next couple of days, we will experience some cough and colds and fever to our chickens. So prevention is better than cure. And this is my practice, and it proves to us that if we are just very conscious about all these things, we can prevent our animals from getting sick. And another thing that I can tell you is that you can also feed our animals with several types of food. Well, in our previous videos, I made mention about the grated coconuts. I also made mention about the rice and the legumes, even this water spinach, many more. We can outsource food from the surroundings. And this is also very important because they can get nutrients out of the varieties of food that we are giving them. And you look at our chickens and our ducks, they are so healthy. Including these bantam chickens that are so cute. And I'm afraid to mix them together with the normal chickens because they can just easily be hurt because they're so small. But these chickens are fancy ones, meaning that we don't rely on their meat. We cannot generate or we cannot make good business out of the meat. But what we gonna do here is to sell some good quality with a high price because they're ornamental, meaning that they can be sold at the pet store. So these are the things that actually inspire me to do all the more about this farming. Let's proceed to the garden of our red squash. You will see that in our previous videos, we just made a trial and error where we adopted, the system where we're gonna hang the fruits of our vegetables. You will see that we have this trellis and we already have tried planting battle gourd, bitter gourd, and now the red squash. And this red squash, as you can see, are just hanging over there. And I can see some ripe fruits already. That's good for the harvest. And I have spotted some 4 of the ripe squash that we can harvest today. And this is already good because we only had these 4 seeds of the squash. And the 4 seeds of the squash are now bearing fruits. They are actually now able to support us in our breakfast almost every day. And I have gotten some eggs of these ducks before, and these are actually good for the week, for the breakfast of my family. And these are the perks, the benefits that we can get out of planting these different types of vegetables. And you will see here that I have 4 ripe squash taken out from the garden, very fresh. And one thing good about planting your own vegetables is that you are confident and sure that these are pesticides free. They are good for our health. So guys, you will see here that it's very fresh squash that we can get here. Over there, I already have gotten 3, and this one is the number 4. See? It's very fresh that we are safe to eat this type of vegetables. These are insecticide free. So I have here 4 big squash that are freshly gotten out from this little garden. You will see that. And these are already victories that we are experiencing here. No amount of money can pay us for the joy that we felt in our hearts. And I know that some of you can relate with me what I'm feeling right now to have good harvest of the fruits that we have planted 2-3 months back. And this is now my breakfast for the whole month. You see that? And I will of course share this to our staff. And I am advocating the idea that people cannot go hungry if they will just think of ways on how to survive. Planting vegetables is one of the things that they can do. So many of us are complaining about extreme poverty and hunger. They're being poor. God has already given us all the talents and even the resources. If we will plant, then we can harvest. And these are the encouragements that I always mention to our followers and viewers. If you plant, you will harvest. If you will sleep and become lazy, then nothing will happen in your future. But if you are thinking about how to improve yourself and how to become productive, that's very feasible, because as what I've said, we already have these talents that God has given us. So you have seen, guys, how busy we are today, and this is actually on a daily basis. This occurrence is on a daily basis, and what is important is time management. You can just manage your time. Many of you ask, how could you manage your time? You're still working and you're doing this vlog, you have this farm, many activities. Well, it's time management. I have to sleep early and wake up early so that I will not become late in the office. So you will see, guys, what we have done here. And as you can see here, this machine should also be taken care of, because the grasses will stuck over here and it will stop the engine. So we will not, of course, allow this to happen more often, because this will damage our machine. So you will see here that we already have these cut grasses, shredded actually, and we are now about to feed them to our goats. And maybe you will ask, Dexter, is there any significance of chopping or cutting your grasses? Yes, there is, because you will save a lot of grass if you are going to feed the shredded grasses, because this will go directly to their mouth. They don't have any more the chance to cut this and drop this and fell on the in-betweens of our floorings. So you will see, these are actually healthy food, very fresh from the vicinity. And we will now feed our goats, because this is a very anticipated breakfast. They have to be given already this breakfast because they're already calling my name. You see that? They're calling my name. They say, Dexter, we're hungry already. So see that? Wow. And this is the normal routine that we always do early in the morning. So these are not issues to me. So these things are, for me, not issues in life. They are my source of inspiration and joy. And I love doing this. So I hope that you are inspired with this video, and if you are not subscribed to the channel, I humbly ask you to please subscribe and hit that notification bell because we are uploading videos very regularly. And if you will subscribe, of course, you will be notified of our future uploads. See you in my next video, only here at Dexter's World.